Hello friends, this is Praveen, and today we are going to learn about some natural phenomena. So what is natural phenomena? Or what is a natural phenomenon? A natural phenomena is an event that occurs in a nature is called natural phenomena. These natural phenomena cause lot of destruction. These may include destruction of lives and properties, etc. So this the natural phenomena which causes damage or destruction to the life and properties are called natural disasters. You may have read them in the newspapers about the floods, tsunamis, cyclones, earthquakes, etc. These are few examples of the natural disasters. In previous classes, we have also learned about the few of the natural disasters. So in this chapter, we are going to cover about the lightning and the earthquake. So what is a lightning? A lightning is a that you will see in the stormy night. So what actually is a lightning? The if I told you that a lightning is same, the spark that is created when you plug a when you switch a plug is same as when a lightning falls from the sky to the earth. They both are same. So first let's learn about the electric charge to learn deeply about the lightning. So electric charge, and we know it is same like an electricity has a two type of charges. These are negative and the positive. So the electric charge which is flowing is called an electric current, and the electric charge which is stop or at rest is called an static electricity or static charge. So this may be observed or felt when so you can do an experiment. You can take your dry hair and rub a dry comb on your hair, and then you can use it to attract piece of papers. This is because of electric charges. Or you can use an amber and a silk cloth that may also attract or repel. So these are the few examples of the applications of the or the experiments or the real life electric charge properties. So now let's learn about the electric charges, the properties of the electric charges. We have know that there are two types of the electric charge. This is positive and negative electric charges. So oh, we know that the both, if they are this unlike charges, they attract each other, and they are like charges, they repel each other. So let's put my views on this. So first let's learn about a atom. So everything is made up of an atom. So atom consists of atom consists of a nucleus. So nucleus is made up of the two things, which are the protons protons and it is also made up of the, this is called neutrons. And in the there are if there is a positive inside, we know that it is always repelled attracted by the negative. So the negative things encircle the encircle the nucleus. These are called electrons are negatively charged, and the protons are positively charged, whereas nucleus is neither positive or neither negative. So it is neither negative, or you can say both positive or negative. So this so so we say north and north always north we know that north, sorry, in the magnet also north and north repel each other. So south and south repel each other. North and south attract each other, and south and north attract each other. In the same way, the positive and positive repel each other, negative and negative repel each other, negative and positive, that is negative and positive attract each other. So they are attracting, and the positive negative and the positive attract each other. So why this is possible? This can be assumed just with a case of this magnet side. So if we have a magnet here, we assume the electric charge to be same as a magnet, because they have also north south, and let the north be the positive and the south be the negative. We are taking a scenario in which this is a north and this is a south, so you can assume it is negative and this is a positive thing. So if another magnet is brought near it, and we propose a theory that like charges repel each other. So we have not marked this magnet, and if it is coming, we know that this would be actual south pole, which is that is actual negative, so it is attracting. But according to our theory, we have not marked it. We would consider it, then we would think it is as a north pole is attracting. So it is, and north pole is attacking, and this is the south pole, which is uh, south pole minus, as in this case, but it is actual north pole, which is positive thing. Not is positive, actual is this, these are we are imagining it to be. So in this state our theory works properly. But what if we brought another magnet, it would say, then if we are considering with this, then it would have the same phenomenon. So it would be n minus, the south pole would be actual that also, and that, and this is north positive and south. But what would happen, so these both are attracting each other, then these are also like charges, they must also attract each other. But due to they are south south or the negative negative, they will not attract each other. So our theory of saying that two like charges would attract each other is wrong. So is wrong, and so we conclude this theory that unlike charges attract each other, and unlike charges attract each other, and the un and like charges repel each other. Now we have seen through an activity why the north pole repel each other and the north and south attract each other. So now let's learn how to detect a charge. That if one charge is given, this is a just like example is a positive charge. Then which is the another charge, or how we can know which is another charge. So if you take a neutral substance, then it would be attracted by both negative and positive. Why this is attracted by both negative and positive, we will learn in the further part of the chapter. So first, now you learn that if a negative substance is there, it would be attracted by both positive and both negative. So both negative and positive, and if it is the positive, if it is attracting, then it could be negative or either positive. So first, in the first case, let's take, we have a positive substance or a positive material. So positive material can be attracted by a negative material also, attracted by a negative material and a neutral material also. If he has a negative material, it could be attracted by a positive material and a negative neutral material. If you have positive thing and the another thing is repelling, then it is a positive thing only. And if we have a negative and a negative thing is repelling, another thing is repelling from it, we can conclude that another thing is negatively charged. And we have, if we have a neutral substances, and it would be attracted by both positive and negative, and the positive or the negative would both attract the unlike to them, and also the neutral substances. This is how we can see that we how the if one thing is given, what is the what is the another charge. So now let's we know we can perform an activity, that if you take a comb and rub through your dry hair, so what would happen, the comb would become a charge and it would attract the piece of papers. So now let's learn now about the how the different methods we can charge a object. So first let's learn about rubbing. So it is the same, we are same of the when we take a comb and rub through your to our dry hair. So what would happen when two substances are rubbed? So we know that the cells, the outer coverage of the cells is made up of the electrons. If a neutral atom is always a neutrally charged, and if it is if an electron jumps from one cell atom to the another atom, the atom which is obtaining that electron have more number of electrons. If there are same number of electrons and same number of protons, they become neutral. And if it has more number of electrons, then it became negatively charged. And if it has more number of protons, it became positively charged. So just like take a two scenario of two atoms. One electron is going here to the another atom. So what would happen? It has a more number of electrons, so it became negatively charged, and it has a less number of electrons compared to the number of protons. So this would become negatively charged, and this would become positively charged. So they would both would attract each other. So this is how. So in the same way, when we rub two substances, it is made up of the electrons. It is made up of the atoms, and atoms have the outer shells, or the may have a free revolving electrons. So when the two substances are being rubbed, the electron can jump from here to here, or jump from here to here, jump from the one material to the another material. The material which is gaining the electron became negatively charged, and material which is losing the electrons became positively charged. So this depends on the material we are using. Just like some materials always throw away electrons, and some materials always take away electrons. This is because of the valencies. Valency, if they require a particular number of the electrons to be in their cell, if it is more, they are throwing it. If there is less, they are gaining it, or they are this depends. So now we are this is the first method, when the two substances are in rubbed and they transfer the electrons. Now the second is the charging by conduction. So what do you mean by conduction? Conduction means touching. So when this is a neutral charge, let's take of it is a neutral charge, and you have a charge body which is a negative thing, and when you will touch it, what would happen? This part, so it would become the we know that a positive and a positive repel each other. So if it is a positive thing, the when you will bring near it, all the positives would go away. So all the positives would go away, and all the negatives would come above up. So come up, so the positive and positive are attracted. So this is a neutral body, but it is attracted, means that is charged by conduction. This can be charged by conduction, and charged by conduct this is called charged by conduction. If you touch a material, so the negative would then would enter the positive, that proton side, and they would cancel each other out, and the remaining would be become a positive material. This is called a hole, making the whole the object positive or negatively charged depending on this. Or you can simply attach earthing, because you can assume the earth to be full of the positive protons, or this is the ocean of protons. So anything would be coming in the if you anything you touch, and if anything is touched, the object is touched to the ground, then it became neutrally charged, because it acquire the protons. If it is have less, if it has less protons, it would acquire the protons from the ground, and if they have more protons, they would lose the protons by the ground. So earth is a neutral which can obtain all the protons, or let all the protons go out. So this is the third method of the charging, is charge by induction. So charge by induction, it's not means touching, you are simply bring it closer. So let me take this body as a positively charged, and take this body as a negatively charged. So what would happen? This is a positively neutrally charged. So neutral, when a positive materials come here, it would be attracted by the negative, and the negative would assimilate here in the upper top, and positive would be as in the previous case, would be repelled in the repelled, and they would all go down. So let me explain you this briefly. Let's take a scenario when this is a sphere attached. This is a sphere, this has a positive, negative, positive, negative, all makes negative, negative, positive. So it is a neutral charge body. And if we are bringing a material which is a positively charged means it is all made up of the proton, positively charged material, or one part of which is coming here is positive, and the another part which is remaining backside is the negatively charged. So this is a total, and it is negatively charged. The front part is positively charged, and then the back part is negatively charged. So let's take for the simplicity, it is for the all it is made up of the positive. And now we take a sphere, and we are taking this is a positively charged material, it is coming. So all the positive so it is a positive, all the positives would what happen, go away, because they are repelled, because positive and a positive repel each other, so they are going back, and the negative is all coming in the front, because they are getting attracted. So this is, now it is mixed charge. So what you can do is to complete this, make it negatively charged. So what you can do is attach to the earth. So attached to the earth, they are trying to escape with this positive one, so they are we make us an entrance or make a path for them to leave. So they would all go here and come into the earth, and this sphere would become a totally negative charge. So at the last we would remain with a negative thing, all the sphere would be of the negative type. So now we have seen how we can charge the material, but now we are going to learn about how we can detect the uh, what is the amount of the charge presented, if the charge is less or it is charged very negatively or very positively, very, this depends. So how we can check that? So for this we have to learn the working of an electroscope. Electroscope. Electroscope, one of its kind, is a one of its type is gold leaf experiment. So gold leaf gold leaf experiment. The gold leaf experiment was conducted by the Abraham Bennett in the 1987. He was a British physicist. So what he do is take a bottle. He take a glass bottle. So this is a glass bottle, and he attached a positive material, conductor of a lightning, because to charge. So this is a metallic disc or a sphere. So he take the, here it is metallic disc. So metallic disc is, and then he uses a stopper. He uses a stopper to stop the this is a not a insulator, this is an insulator, and this is a metallic rod. So this is metallic rod, and it is attached of the two gold foils, or gold, this is also called the gold leaf. So what would happen, so how this works, so when an object is touched here, so what would happen, it would come, the charge would be transferred here, and the charge is shown by the displacement. If the more the displacement, the greater the charge, because the, if it is positively charged, all the protons would move here, and they would enter this gold foil or the gold leaf, they would all become positively charged. If they have a large number of positive charge, it would go away. If it is less, it would come below, and it is same for the negative thing also. So you may take think as we can perform this activity like that way also. So why we are using glass bottle, this is because of the one, the change, due to the air or the wind, there could be a huge difference or the effect, which could make our experiment go wrong. And another is, if it is touched to the ground or any substance is touching it is attached to the earth. So earth we know is a ocean of the protons. So it is protons, it has excess protons, it would enter here, and we would not get our correct reading. So this should be performed in a glass bottle or a plastic. This depends. Now friends, let's learn about the flow of the charge, or how does the electricity flow. The electricity flows from the positive to the negative. So this is flowing like that way, and we know that the electrons always flow opposite to the direction of the current. So they or we can say they flow from the higher concentration to the lower concentration. All the charges flow from the higher concentration to the lower concentration. So the charge flow from the negative to the positive, and this should be connected by the conductor. So not necessary it should be always it could be a conductor. Why? Because the conductors have a different levels. It is a good conductor, normal conductor, bad conductor, but all of them are conductors. So insulators can be also called a bad conductor. So why bad conductor? If you push the current, if you have more type of more current in the if you have more current, you can easily pass the lightning. If you have the more charge, you can pass it through also the bad conductors. So using these all we have learned. Now let's learn about total the how are the lightning creates. So if this is a tree, so this is a tree, and let's take this to be cloud. So how does the lightning is first the charge is created? First it is due to the rubbing in the uh, clouds. When the clouds rub towards the each other, they forms the charge difference. And because there is a positive whole, the earth is a positive thing, so the positive gets repelled and they come up above. They assimilate in the upper side of the cloud, and the negative is assimilated at the low level of the cloud. So they are assimilated at the and they became the negative are assimilated below. So we know now what would happen. These are negatively charged. So what they, you can assume it to, they are sending the helping hands. So they are sending the hands to meet at the ground. They have no source between that. So this is a flowing of the, this is now the now it is a air in here in medium. So we know that electrons are always flow from the conductors, but it is the air is the insulator. So we can call the insulator as also the good bad conductors. Insulators as a bad conductor. So what would happen? It is the cloud is pushing very very hard to throw all these that electrons to below. So they are sending these electrons in all the random direction, hoping to find out the earth. And so the earth also sends its help, because the negative and the positive are attracting. So they are making a connection, and when they finally meet, all the dash of the clouds are got down. The earth the earth hand is very minimum, but this is the main defect of the clouds. So what would happen? This is a tall tree present here. Now it is sending the cloud. First it would it is a neutrally charged, it would attract also. So it is formed on the fall on the trees. So the mostly all the most lightning falls on the higher objects. So this is an the lightning forms. Lightning may be from the lightning do not from always from the clouds to the earth. It was sometimes always from the earth to the cloud, or sometimes transfer between the clouds to the clouds. These have the names spider lightning, strike lightning, and the strip lightning, depending on the through the charge they are transferred between. So in your buildings you have a rod type structure from its top of which is made up of a metallic top. So why what is there? Because now it is attached to the ground, and if the lightning, if it is not there, the lightning would strike the tallest building, tallest thing which is your building, then it could get harmed. So what the people do is place a metallic pole here. So what would happen? Now the lightning is falling on the this is the toppest. Now the lightning is falling on this conductor, and this is directly transferring to the earth. So this of the process is called the earthing. So this is a storm cloud, and the stream of positive charges is flowing below, is falling, and it has a it is tall building, and the all the metal or the metals is absorbed, all the conductors could pass easily through it. So rather than entering this building, they would enter through that, and they would enter the ground, and the ground would all absorb that. So this is how why the why these are placed, why the these are called earthing, why the earthing is placed on the buildings. So what you can do if is the lightning strumming. So what are the safety measures to take in when there is a lightning? So first let's take a case when you are in a home. So never use the cable connections just like phones, telephone, etc. This would be the safest option for you. Keep a distance from the metallic objects, just like metallic objects and from windows. So you stay from the metallic objects. This is the case when you are in the inside. What you are if you are outside or traveling somewhere, do not, if you are in a vehicle, do not get out from the vehicle. And if you are under, do not take the shelter under a tree. And if you are out in a playground and you are the tallest thing, so what you should, if you would stand up, you are the target of the lightning, and if you would fall below, oh, the all the earth would be absorbed, but the shock would travel and it would may. So what you have to do is slightly sit on your knees and you're trying to keep to be the shorter and shorter in positions. So this was my part first of the chapter, some natural phenomena. In this we have cleared about the lightning. In the next part we are going to clear about the earthquakes. So friends, I hope that you enjoy learning with me, and at the last, thanks for watching.